Hi guys,
Hello.
welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much for always coming back, for always stopping by. We really appreciate it. So today we have a very, let me use this word, controversial topic. It's the pregnancy updates and secrecy during pregnancy.
Should we tell?
Or should we?
Shouldn't we?
Because it's something that we kind of had.
No. The thing is, let's start from a broad picture. It cuts across culture. It cuts
Yeah.
across beliefs. Okay, some people believe that you shouldn't. I mean, before the first 3 months, you don't tell anyone.
Okay, we first of all, as much as we're humans, we are Nigerians and we are Africans, and there's a belief that you have to keep some things hush hush because people can be following you from your village.
Yeah, we hear stories, you know,
that are really not cool stories. So now this is our own experience with that. Okay, for reasons why we kept our pregnancy announcement like really private and really to ourselves, to we're really comfortable. Okay, now so let's backlog. Pregnancy and all. After we got married,
we married?
We're not married. After we moved in together, after we got married, that was like 2000. Yeah, we got married 2016 November, and I got pregnant. I think December, January, and all. And I've not told this young man I was pregnant. Stop interrupting. So yes, so my first pregnancy wasn't observed. Now I was pregnant and I'd not told him because I wanted it to be a surprise. Valentine's Day was coming. This girl was broke. I didn't have money to get him a gift, so I felt my own gift was going to be ta-da, we're having a baby. I wanted to take the easy way out.
If I do the same thing with a gift, she will tell me
can you get pregnant? Do you know what it means to be pregnant?
Yes, men have their own symptoms when women are pregnant. They've forgotten the name.
Cool, something and all that. Anyways, so I was keeping it a secret.
I'll Google it. We'll be talking.
So I was keeping it a secret from him because I really wanted to surprise him with the pregnancy and all that. And I remember it was like few days to Val's Day. I think maybe on the 10th or 9th. And I ate some things that didn't go well with my system, and I had tummy ache. Now, because I had not told him I was pregnant, I couldn't take any medication. I was really being careful, and he kept saying, okay, let's take some. I was like, no, don't worry, I'm fine. Don't worry, I'll just take water or this or that. And I started stooling. God. And voila, I go to the bathroom to use the restroom again, and I see blood. I'm like, no way, this isn't happening. Like, this isn't happening. This is not going to happen. This shit ain't happening right now.
COVID syndrome. Men experience it.
Anyways, guys, so
nausea, can't sleep.
Are you going to allow me to record this video and
vomiting, short of breath.
Can you see what I have to deal with every day in this house?
Yes.
This is what I deal with every single time.
We're pregnant together.
Anyway, so I couldn't tell him I was pregnant.
COVID syndrome.
You interrupted the video.
Okay.
No talking again. Let's put off the beans. Anyways, guys, sorry about that. And yes, so I couldn't tell him I was pregnant, and I didn't tell him I was pregnant, and then I went to the bathroom to use the restroom again, and I saw blood, and I was like, hell no, this can't be happening. Like, this isn't happening right now. Like, I've not even told this man I'm pregnant. Like, this really can't be happening. I was so sad. I just kept praying, like, God, please, this can't happen. This really can't happen right now. And I go out, and it's like he read that he doesn't care anymore. He's going to get me something to take for my tummy ache and all. I was like, no need. And then I get the pregnancy test strip that I wanted to use for the surprise and all that, and I showed him. I was like, I was actually pregnant, and that's why I didn't want to take anything. But guys, that was not the part of it that wanted to kill me. the cramps that came after that, Jesus is Lord. Father. People that have menstrual cramps every month, people are trying. Men, I think the only pain that I experienced after that anything that was worse than that was labor pain. Like my tummy was on fire. It felt as if my intestines were coming out. Like I thought I was going to die. Like I was in severe pain. Like in short, brother couldn't take it anymore. Like he was confused even myself. Because usually I don't even have menstrual cramps, so I don't even know what cramps feels like during during your menstrual cycle and all that. But that pain was not. It came from hellfire. It came from the pit of hell. I was in severe pain. Fast forward, we got through that. I went through the blaming process. I kept blaming myself. I tried to be strong so that he doesn't like really affected me, but it actually did affect me because that was going to be my first child at all, and I was not in a good place mentally, but I had to just keep it front. That was fine. We didn't tell anybody about it. We just kept it to ourselves. We prayed about it, and he was really supportive. Like, don't worry, you don't know what God is avoiding. You don't know, maybe the baby, something might have been wrong with the baby, maybe some deficiency or something. But guys, I kept blaming myself. I kept tracing my steps back. Like, what did I eat? What did I do? Should I have told him? If I had told him, maybe we would have gone to the hospital when I started having the tummy upset. Or I think, I blamed myself for like for months, and I had to sit myself down in front of my beautiful mirror. Yeah, my best friend is my mirror. I sat in front of the mirror, and then I had to talk to myself. Like, I had to psychologically bring myself back. Like, babe, calm down, these things happen. Like, as he said, what about if you went to the pregnancy was still there, and maybe the baby comes, the baby has some form of deficiency or something. Maybe it's God and your body fighting something that is not supposed to be there. Like, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, I got myself back on track, and then that was it. And luckily for us, God blessed us again. Then I got pregnant months later with Zeph. Now, when I was pregnant with Zeb, this time around, I was like, what just happened? Imagine if I told my whole family, and I told, should I didn't even tell him, but just imagine after I got pregnant then, the first time, and I told everybody, and everybody was like really excited for me, and then the miscarriage happened. How would they feel? As in, how will I even face them? Like, I'm someone that I really hate that whole pity thing. But me, I know my mom. My mom will call like every single minute. She'll keep praying. My siblings will keep praying. My friends will keep calling. And that's something I'm not really good with emotions like that. Like, I'm really bad with it. Like, I'm very, very poor with stuff like that. So, bottom line, we didn't tell. When it came to Zeph, we kept it hush hush until I think 4 5 months, when we were sure the baby was okay. We went for scan, everything was fine, the baby was fine, he was growing well, and I was like, okay, now it's time to tell my family. And I sent the ultrasound picture to everybody, my family and friends, and they were like, oh God, you were pregnant all this while, you didn't tell us. But I was like, yeah, because we just wanted to be sure before we tell you guys. But it was like 4 to 5 months already, but they were all really excited. Nobody even cared that I was just telling them second trimester. Now it was so funny because we went for Zeph's scan. I remember when we got in, and the guy was the radiologist, goes, the baby is not moving. I was on the was on my own bed, the bed where the patients lie, and Stevie was sitting somewhere watching his own screen. And when the guy said that, and he adjusted, like, what do you mean the baby is not moving? My mind, I'm like, this man, don't even try me. I've gone through one psychological breakdown like months ago. You can, goes, oh, he's sorry that the baby is just sleeping and all that. I was like, better. So fast forward to this pregnancy now. Well, we're still here. We haven't popped yet. Hoping that this people don't be like Zev. Zev was 42 weeks. We're almost 40 weeks gone, and we're still here, still waiting for the baby to come. And with this second baby, I didn't even know I was pregnant. That was the funny thing, because I was still seeing my period. My period was still out. I still had my period till like January. My doctor said maybe I was just spotting and I didn't even take note. I usually don't have heavy flow, so I didn't even care. Everything was normal. At a point, I think in December, I was suspecting I was pregnant, but then a few days later, I saw my period again, and I was like, no, there's no belly in myself. So we wanted a baby before Zephan turned 3. Like, our plan was we're going to have another baby once Zephan is 2 and all. And so we kind of were prepared, like, okay, we want to get pregnant to have another baby. But when it wasn't happening, I was like, I'm not even going to stress. They're having mixed feelings, like, okay, we just even relocated, maybe we should just even chill myself with the baby making. So maybe Zephan is like 3 or 4. But then I thought about my age again. I'm like, auntie, you're not getting any younger. It's like, you don't want to be pushing baby when you're 30 something, 38 and all that. That doesn't mean that if you don't have a kid yet, there's anything wrong with you. It's fine. You have your kid when God wants you to have your kid, when you're ready emotionally. But this is just me. I really wanted to have all my kids before I turned 35. So when I found out in January I was pregnant, as like I had to confirm because we had to go to the hospital, because even Stevie was like, okay, this your today, there's you're seeing your period, tomorrow it's like maybe just 2 days and all that. And I was like, let me even check. So we checked, we got the home kit, and yeah, it was positive. We were like, oh yeah, we're pregnant. But then, like, let's chill, let's go to the hospital and get a proper test done. So I think sometimes in January or February, we went to the hospital for my first doctor's appointment, and we found out like, yeah, I was pregnant and all. Right, okay, so the doctor, as usual, they will give you this tons of list of go run this test, go do this, go do that. And I did, ran all the tests. And again, we got to the scan part. There's always a funny story with me and my first scans there. The doctor goes after everything, like, oh, the baby is growing well, the baby is okay, the heart, the head, the this, she told us everything was okay. But then when I got down from the bed, she now goes, well, that it's not really something of concern, but she saw a bright spot. I had to adjust to myself. Say, which one is bright spot again? This Oyibo people and English. Which one is bright spot again? I mean, I've never heard of it. Okay, she heard that. Okay, she now said there's a bright spot somewhere in the baby's heart. And I looked at Steve. He looks at me. I'm like, must we always have drama every time we go for ultrasound and all that? And she was like, oh, we need to go for an ECG, a fetal ECG. You need to be sure that blah blah blah, yippee yippee blah. I was like, which kind of life is this now? Oh, no wahala. Risha smiled, left her office, but deep down, man, the both of us were not having it. Like me, I wasn't having it. I knew he wasn't having it, even though he used to deny it. Sorry, guys, he's not here because he's back to work. I'm actually recording while he's working, so he had to go back to the office. I'm sure he will still pop back in. And I was like, ECG. We checked, our insurance didn't cover ECG, and aside that, we need to find hospital here in Poland. Special hospitals actually run the ECG for the fetal ECG and all that. So we started googling, we started searching. The doctor, I think we called her, or she wrote down a name of a particular hospital. It was like freaking expensive just to run the ECG, and insurance wasn't covering it. So I was like, okay. I got home, I started reading. Yes, Google is my cousin. Started reading. He read also. We saw all the downsides of bright spots. But what really kept us, I think, happy was because she said, oh, that it's not really that bad. That it's just a tiny spot she can see and all. That it might be nothing. That maybe during the next count she might not even see it again. But online, the next weeks, the next month wasn't funny. Us trying to get the ECG done and all. And yeah, because we now had to plan because it was expensive, and this was something that was not even in the budget. So we had to, like, okay, sit down, do our finances, like, can we afford this right now? Can we do this? But it was something really important we really needed to do. Now, with this happening, we couldn't even tell family and friends that we're pregnant, because we had to be sure the baby is okay. We were not even in a good place. We were not even in a good place at that moment. Like, I was back to the whole, oh my god, is this happening psychologically? Like, my baby okay? Like, what is happening? Like, I started with the blame again, because I knew growing up I used to have like I wasn't really that much of a healthy baby at all. I think my mom said I had some issues with my heart when I was like, did I have to transfer this one to this child now? Like, so the blame came back again. I started blaming myself that it had to be my fault. It had to be from my end. Like, if there's anything wrong with this baby's heart, it had to be from me, because like I felt things like this like um things like this had to be from one of the parents, and all that, like the child had to inherit it from one of the parents. So the second baby, we couldn't tell anybody that we're pregnant, so we had to chill. And then finally I had to go for another scan. We had not still done the ECG, because as I said, we had to plan for it. And I went for my next scan, met another doctor. She was younger. She was really nice, like really, really nice. And I didn't say anything. Like me, I just lay down there, like, check me, oh. Like because I was like, I'm not going to tell this doctor anything. It's when you tell them, if there's really something wrong with the baby, she will figure it out, she will see it. And she checked and she was like, oh, the baby is really fine, the baby is okay. And she was like, oh. And when she was done, I then told her, like, everything is fine. She said it like, I like the baby's heart. She said yes. The lungs, I think, like, I was just asking. She was like, don't worry, the heart is fine, the left arteries, the this one, the that one, blah blah blah. So this fine. And I said, because my last scan, the doctor said she saw a bright spot, and it really scared me. And she suggested, she referred me for an ECG fetal. And she was like, okay. So she went back, like, she really took her time. I think I spent over an hour that, as in that day, in her office. She went back and she kept checking. She checked and checked and checked and checked, and she said nothing, that everything is fine, that she can't see any bright spots, that sometimes, like, oh, then she goes to the range, like, blah blah blah, that's, it's nothing, that going for the ECG, if I want to, I can still do it, but she feels like I don't have to. The baby is really fine, the baby's heart is fine, the heartbeat was amazing, like, in short, very strong heartbeat, that I don't have to go for any ECG because the baby is fine and she can't see any bright spot. When I came out of that room, as a good Catholic girl, the first thing I did was, in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, amen. I said one Hail Mary. I said, God, this is it. Thank you. So CV was at work that day. It was Joseph and I that went for the ultrasound for the USG. So I called him and I was like, everything is fine. Baby is fine. There's no bright spots. They can't see any bright spots. But still, the next USG appointment, I'm still going to check. And I kept doing that. Like, when I think a month later, I had another USG appointment. Even when I went to see my normal gynecologist and all that, when he was checking the heartbeat and everything, I still insisted, like, can you please help me check the baby's heart again to be sure that there was no bright spot? And everything always came back positive. So now that's why we're making this, like, okay, so after that, like, when I'm comfortable, baby is okay, baby is growing well, there is no scare again, there is nothing wrong with the baby, we can now share with family. And this was already, I was already, as I said, I didn't even know I was pregnant. So when I got pregnant, like, I was practically done with first trimester before I knew I was pregnant. So this was like into my second trimester, and then we sent message to family and friends and told them we're having another baby. Now this didn't go down well with some people, obviously, because they felt, oh, we're being too secretive, what is it, every single time we're pregnant we don't get to tell them, we don't get to share until, like, the baby's almost here. But personally, I feel it's my pregnancy, it's our pregnancy, it's our decision. I'll tell you when I want to tell, when I'm comfortable telling you I'm pregnant. So I don't know, guys, if you've had any experience like I have with sharing pregnancy news, because it really kind of got to me when some people, some friends and family, were said some things about it, like, oh, you always keep it a secret, like, do you think we're riches in your life, or what. I was like, I don't need all this right now. I don't need all this negative energy. I don't need all this, like, because my family, my mom was like, oh, you this girl, you've come again, like like funny. Like we just laughed about it, and then like, I remember her even accusing my elder sister, like, I'm sure you knew, I'm sure you knew your sister was pregnant, you didn't tell me. And my sister was like, you know your daughter now, she didn't tell anybody, she didn't tell me. So we just all that. So yeah, so yes guys, so what's your take on secrecy during pregnancy, dealing with miscarriage, and dealing with people not knowing what you're going through? Because I feel sometimes people judge too much. You need to understand what the person is going through, why the person is not telling you why they are pregnant. Like, if I don't share with you, doesn't mean I don't want to share or I didn't want to share. I have my reasons. So guys, that's it. I think we've spoken a lot. Um, and all, I really want to hear your take on announcements of pregnancy, the secrecy, gender, and some stuff. So guys, that's it from me. I hope you leave a comment, and yeah, as I said, we're still here, we're still rolling. Hoping not to get to 42 weeks like Zeph, but that's our update on pregnancy and secrecy. Brother, come and tell them bye bye. And he's back. Yeah, and really. So, guys, that's it from us. So, do you have anything to say?
No, not really. She basically capped everything up. Only thing I can add is I do believe that people, family members, friends have the right to know, but we also have the right to determine when they should know. It's not that anymore we're scared of anything. It's just our belief. She talked a lot about a lot of things. To me, just to be straightforward, it's our right to say when we want to say it, how we want to say it. We love you all. We will express to you how it is, but we just have our way. It's our way, So I think that's all.
All right, guys, so that's it from us. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And please do let us know in the comment section what you think about pregnancy and secrecy. Bye.